Hello guys, welcome back to Kimmy Universe Information. Today will be what's called a miniature episode. It must be today a miniature episode. We're gonna talk about Donald Trump and truth media. Well, Donald Trump, as a lot of people should know, is that he has his name all over New York on Trump Tower, casinos, and stuff like that. He licenses names out for shares in the companies or in the shares in the property and companies and for royalties. Right. So basically, he has there. Okay, he doesn't own, but like there's a casino called Trump Casino or something like that. I don't know what the exact name, but he has a casino with his name on it. He does not own the casino. He licensed his name though. See, Donald Trump, whenever you well, let's say before 2016, so let's say 2014, when you see the name Trump on a suit or you hear the name Trump, most people that know of who he was back then would think, oh, a luxury brand, right? People associate that luxury life with Trump. So Trump is actually a pretty good brand himself. And you see about how he created Truth Media. Truth Media is good. I think we do need um, social media to compete with Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, all those big companies. But it shouldn't be led by Trump. I don't think it should be Trump. It should be something else, someone else, because those big social medias are getting away with too much, way too much. And the thing about it is, true social media, it will be a really good way to invest. Because when it first came out, you could invest into it, right? Oh, my barber, he went to invest into it because it tripled. I think it like tripled in value overnight. He would have made a lot of money, but he forgot to, right? So yeah, but it's crazy though. It's crazy how someone like Donald Trump can start a social media app and it will go nuts like that. Like, you see how the world's going. Like these social media platforms can't be as big as they are. They have more influence and power than politicians. Just think about these big social media. Billions of people are using these platforms a day. They're way more powerful than and influence way more people than politicians because they can get out to young kids any age because everybody's got a cell phone nowadays. You should think about it. And we do need a social media app to compete with these big brands or these big tech companies. Because big tech companies are doing too much. Personally, myself, I'd like to see uh, a black person start a social media. Personally, because I'm black, because I'm B1 black first, so I'd like to see a black person start a social media. But if not, then that's all right. But I'd prefer to see a black person start their own social media. Black people, we do have our own social media. I don't even know what it's called, but I'm on it. I will probably link it in the comments if I remember. But yeah, that's just and stuff like that. Though, think about in investing terms. When you know somebody like, let's say, just say, little baby, you say, oh, he's gonna start his own company. Say he starts his own book company. All right, or you already know the first couple of sales is gonna go nuts. He's gonna sell a lot of books. It'll be a good way to invest in something when it's small and then sell it when it's big. Because there's people with Bitcoin, right? 80% of people that buy Bitcoin don't are not planning to sell Bitcoin. They want to hold on to it because they know Bitcoin will become a lot more. It will become worth more in the future, right? 80% of people don't sell their Bitcoin. They won't even give it to you for 20,000. Like it was it 60,000 right now. They won't give it to you for 100,000. No. People that have Bitcoin most people hold on to it. They're in for the long term because it's safer to play the long run than the short run. Because a lot of investors now, young people, are investing into cryptocurrencies that are young cryptocurrencies, and then when they get big, they're selling them, selling the cryptocurrency because they're getting good at it. A lot of people I know and my barber, a couple of his friends, they do that. They invest into cryptocurrencies when they're small, and once they get big, they sell the currency or the shares in that company, right? That's what they do. It's easy. That's how a lot of people are becoming millionaires. I wouldn't say it's hard to do because there's a lot of cryptocurrencies that say they're real, but they're honestly a scam. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that are like that. So what you got to do is be very wary, do your research, because always invest in something you understand. Don't invest in anything you don't understand. And that's the same with the stock market, right? So let's just say Apple, right? You see you have Apple. You want to invest into Apple, but you don't understand it. But make sure you understand the product first and then do it, right? It just makes sense that way, so you know what you're investing into, right? Personally, if I was investing right now, I'd probably put some money into the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 hit like three all-time highs this year. Maybe it was two, but like they did hit a couple of all-time highs, which is crazy. And if you don't know what the S&P 500 is, it's the top 500 countries in America or in the world. I don't remember, but it's the top 500 countries, right? And then a mutual fund is just to select companies. Google, Apple, and Facebook are on there, right? Oh, you see about Pinterest trying to buy PayPal? It does not make sense, because one thing I know is the stock market will not lie. It will tell you what the big investors were saying. Because I know I said this in the last video, but their stock dropped by $15.52, something like that, and that's how you know not Pinterest shouldn't buy PayPal, right? Or PayPal shouldn't buy Pinterest, right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, because why are they trying to buy Pinterest? And Pinterest is only the 14th most used social media platform in the world, and most of the users aren't even in North America. Not even 50%. I think is way less than that. It's really, think about it. Do you use Pinterest? Do your friend use Pinterest? No, right? It doesn't make sense, because the stock market will always tell you. Okay, going back to when you own a company, stock market will always tell you what the investors are thinking, right? So don't do it. So it's probably not going to end up happening. But yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy, man. It doesn't make sense. But maybe they have a bigger plan. Maybe they're thinking for the future, because all these companies think 10 years, 10, 20 years down the future, or down the road. 20 years down the road, they think about the future. They don't care about tomorrow or the next day. They want a secure future, not a risky future. They don't want a assured tomorrow or assured tomorrow or the next day. They want an assured 10 years. So companies are always thinking like that. You have that type of mindset. You want to you want to think about tomorrow and the next day, but you want to think about 10 years from now, because 10 years from now you will want it. But you want it right now. You can put yourself in a good situation that will make yourself 10 years down the road in a good situation, right, or benefit you in a great way, right? And that's how us Black people need to start thinking, right? We need to think about about a lot of things. We should go listen to Dr. Boyce Walker. I don't say we should get everything from him, but get a lot of stuff from him. We should listen to Dr. Henry Clark and stuff, and people like that, and Louis Farrakhan. Those are all good people to listen to, right? Actually, the little thing I had to say. I'm thinking about doing a video on the Haitian Revolution. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. If you're down to looking forward to it, go ahead and drop in the comments. That will be a 40-minute history. We'll call that the history episode or something like that. I'll come up with a name. But if you want a Haitian Revolution, a whole good walkthrough of that, let me know. Drop it down in the comments. All right, this is Cam with Universal Information. Just had some couple things to say. All right, see you guys later.